Bold, cheeky, flashy, gallus.
Alright, mate.
Right, how you doing?
Aye, mate, really good, mate.
Very good, very good. It's a pleasure to talk to you, pleasure to meet you.
Aye, exactly, mate. It's been pleasure to talk to you as well.
It's kind of the past couple of weeks been saying to it, just in general.
What? What's that again?
What's the kind of past couple of weeks been saying to it in general, and is that a cat behind you?
Yes, that is a cat behind me, sorry, mate.
Beautiful. I always get excited when I'm doing a zoom and just see a pet cutting a bit.
There we go. I've 3 animals. I have a dog, 2 cats, and a sister. I'm kidding. Mate, the past few weeks have been really good, except for that. That's the only bad bit.
Belfast, you said you were in all the emails.
Yes, I was in Belfast for 2 days, and that was an amazing experience, except from the fact that I had the dodgiest hotel of all time.
Oh, beautiful. Well, I say beautiful, but not beautiful. But go on, tell us about this hotel.
Oh, I paid. So my mum paid for this hotel. With it meant it was £100, right? And we go out to the hotel, and it looked nothing like the photo. The windows were smashed. There was a door holding. The door was barely holding on. I was like, I am not staying here. And then when I went to get back into the motor, some woman came up to the door and started chatting on the window. I'm like, no, get me out of here. I was actually it was the scariest experience in my life, by the way.
It's the joys of going away, and it's these horrible, dingy hotels, but they're the memorable bits in that sense.
Exactly.
Well, recently, how was the Rugby Rumble for you?
Oh, amazing. Yeah. Absolutely fantastic.
It's the first time I've actually seen yourself wrestle. I was able to get a ticket for that.
Did you, aye? Did you enjoy it, aye?
Thoroughly enjoyed the evening. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been years since I'd been to a kind of local independent company in that sense.
Yeah.
But it's something I've started to get back into recently. I used to go to ones in Ayr all the time, because that's where I'm from. They used to run them every 3 months, PWE. I was at every single one of them, and then that kind of stopped come COVID, and I grew up, and then I got back into it a few years ago properly. WWE came, they did the Clash in the Castle, and I was like, oh, I'll be there. The Raw, the AEWs, and now I've started going to the kind of the local ones.
Mate, you should. It's the local ones. I think are just a lot more involved with the crowds.
So much fun.
So
even more fun to just kind of sit back and watch all the kids just kind of have the times of their life, and all of the wrestlers interacting with the crowd. It was the bit that got me the most was see at the end of the show, just all the wrestlers just standing in the kind of corridor, blethering to everybody. And I was like, that is
I think that's sweet. The best part. One of the best parts of being a professional wrestler is getting that thingy with the crowd. You know what I mean? Like having that connection. That's one of my favourite parts. That's why I think that's why people like me, or I get cheered so much, is because when I wrestle, I always go to the crowd all the time. Before I wrestle, I always go. I always talk to the crowd. I always have a laugh, and then you have to build a connection with them, so then they'll cheer you later. You know what I mean?
As you say, see that and see you as just a kind of face, a recognisable face. We didn't recognise too many folk at the show because we hadn't been to a local wrestling show in years. But it was it's a guy, one of the wrestlers we get talking to in the toilet. So immediately became our favourite for the Rumble. It's a lot of things like that.
Mate, it's always the dodgiest places, isn't it? Where you just start
always the toilet. It is always.
It always is, you know what I mean?
I do not know who the honey badger is, but I love the honey badger.
Oh, bitch! Mate, he's so funny.
In the toilet.
He's so funny. Aye. He's for Dublin.
Very nice.
Actually, that's one of the nicest guys I've ever, to be fair.
Very good. Just in kind of more specific things on the documentary, I was phoning up and talking to some of the places that you said you've got a kind of connection with about. So we've got some filming time in the Fairfield Club on Monday.
Perfect.
And I'm looking to sort some time in the hub, the Park Villa hub.
Cool.
Had to get it to work as well as time in the Fairfield.
That's perfect, mate. No worries.
I just as kind of settings to sit down and have kind of interview with you. There'll be a bit kind of different things. We kind of want to focus on your kind of story from beginning to now, kind of, and then a breakdown of kind of how you built your character as well. That's kind of one of the roots of what we want to do. We want to have a bit of fun with it. We want to kind of blur the lines of fiction and reality with the documentary. If you're up for it, we would love to get some kind of in-character promos from you to sprinkle through the documentary, because we'll just try to come up with different ideas that we haven't seen done before. And kind of
I'll do it. The more time I get to be that character, the better. I mean, in my opinion, my character is literally just me, except like put up to 1,000. I mean, like I'm just the most confident, cocky guy ever. I mean, but 100% I'll do as many as you want, mate. I mean, I'm up for it.
Amazing. So Monday it'll be, I think, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll start, if that's cool.
Perfect, mate. 1 o'clock Monday. Brilliant.
And Tuesday, I'm not too sure because I'm still talking about our first film implication for that, but I'll get back to you when I
literally get off the phone. I'm literally like free whenever, because I'm no working in the already, mate. So like literally just get shout us a message whenever, and then I'll jump in, mate. Nothing. So
it was a good meeting point, and kind of govern just the subway spot, is it? The station.
We'll meet at the subway, Govan subway. Aye, that's fine.
So I need to govern maybe twice in my lifetime a bit about Govan. What's Govan like? Because you hear so much about Govan.
So I'm not trying to be biased, but I think it's really good. I love Govan to bits. Like it's a wee like where the bit that I'm at specifically is very quiet. There's nothing much that really happens here. The only places that are like crazy, I would say, at Elder Park. Elder Park, aye.
There's no gangs.
By the way, my mum's here and she's been living in Govan for the last 47. She's saying hi. For the last 50 years. My mum's been living in Govan for the last 50 years of her life, so she knows Govan with the back of her hand. So, but and my life for staying here, nothing bad's actually happened. It's just a wee quiet place. It just has a reputation because it was really bad for gang fighting back in the day. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, it was really bad for it. But now it's literally, I would say, you have the occasional alkies and that, but that's fine. You can just they want to ball you. Aye, that's it. Exactly.
It's one of those places that just can't shift their reputation for the past. From what I've seen, there's so much happening in Govan at the moment.
I know.
It's really good for the people of Govan and people out with them. It's through studying film, the kind of big film houses in Glasgow are all in Govan. There's so many kind of, I think, community-led radio stations that.
Yes, Sonny Govan on Hingy Road. There's a community radio station called Sonny Govan. It's literally around the corner from my house.
There's a lot of filming on that in there.
The Govan Town Hall as well. So it's very Govan's very community based. You'll realise that once you get here. Like no matter what we do, we're all like it's very community based. Like and basically everywhere you go, there's at least somewhere that has something to do with helping the kids. Because it's like Govan Road is literally filled with places for the kids, places for that. But it is just because of the bad reputation that we had before that people don't really want to give us a chance. But when they do, they're like, but actually we probably should have before nothing. That's a big community thing as well. The Govan Fair, we could say. I'll mention that in my mad career talk or whatever, because the Govan Fair is a big part of Govan. It's literally a fair to to celebrate Govan. That's literally what it is. It's been going for hundreds of years, 210 years or something. 210 years it's been going for now, and it's literally just a festival that you walk through the streets of Govan and have a laugh, you know what I mean? So it's just fun. It's like a big festival. That is the first Friday in June. So so it's always the first Friday in June. Sometimes that would be the 6th or the 7th for it. So it just kind of depends.
Nothing like that in there.
Mate, it's crazy.
Nothing.
Mate, it's crazy the amount of times that people came out of Govan and they've been like, mate, I've told them about the Govan Fair and they're like, what? These guys do a fair? I'm like, that's crazy how you guys don't do it. And No.
Not as good as Rainford, but it's...
That's right. Govanfield's better. 100%. You should definitely try and get yourself in for it.
Because you carried the rancid.
I did, but we don't. We can talk about that another time. We don't need to talk about that now. I know.
All the four of us, so you've got myself, Ryan. I wanted to do this just so you kind of knew I was a real person and not just an email. I think it's always important before you interview somebody, and also just to kind of get a sense of you as well, just to know how to approach an interview. But I've got a good sense of how to approach an interview with you, which is very easy. Apparently, you're a great talker.
I'm a very talkative guy, and once I start talking, I can't stop. So you definitely will regret trying to get a hang out of me. But seriously, I'm a very outgoing. Like I never used to be honest, and you'll hear that about me on Monday. I never used to be. Like, it only has started happening recently, because before I never used to talk to a soul. You know what I mean? So they go on to no talking to anybody to no talking to literally anybody. You know what I mean?
It's such an insane change, progression, but on yourself, man. It's on yourself. You've got so what I'm directing. You've got Guy Rory. He'll be there. He is the one of the group who is just a die-hard wrestling fan. So he'll probably just be talking about the wrestling all day, which is
that's fine,
mate. I love talking about it anyway. So
100%, mate.
And he'll be editing the piece once it's done. We've got Callum, who is the camera guy. And again, we've got 3 cameras, so we're all going to have cameras, but he's in charge of the cameras. And we've got Bailey, who'll be doing kind of the sound and producing, so he'll be doing all the boring things that I don't want to do. I need you to sign this document so we can show it in front of a class or whatever. I don't care. It's a job.
Mate, that's
terms and conditions.
100%, mate. I'm once you met, like, I'm always up for any of this with all this, like, interviews and documentaries, because it's like it gets my name out there as well. You know what I mean? I love to help and I love to do, but it also that's my main thing. I want to get my story out there and help people. You know what I mean? The amount of people I've already helped, and it's crazy. And people come to the school saying your stories helped me, and you've done this and that for me. I'm like, I've never even met a person before, and they said that I've helped and changed a life. I'm like, that's crazy. You know what I mean?
Must be the most beautiful kind of feeling on the inside to have some heroes.
100%. There's a guy on my TikTok called Big Dan who I used to go to the gym. I still do, but I don't record it as much. But I'm going to start doing it again because hangy. But he used to watch my gym videos and he used to say, "You've given me the confidence to go to the gym now." And I'm like, how did I do that? I was just go to the gym. You know what I mean? I don't realise what I'm doing until somebody says it to me, and I'm terrible for that. I don't realise how much I've changed. Like, somebody's I don't realise I've lost weight either. Like, I've lost how much now? 12 or 13 stone or something. 12, 13 stone since starting professional wrestling. But to me, I'm still big. I'm still a really big guy. But I used to the from now and then is completely different. Nothing. So it's
really kind of school started, and how was it you got into the school?
So the school started. The induction day was the 25th of September. That was induction day. I know what I'm talking about.
You're right there from the start.
Yeah, right. So there was an induction day. Yeah, I've been there since even before. So the induction day was the 25th of September, and that was just to get for David to get used to seeing everybody's face and for us to sign the forms and all that, and get in the ring and just have a laugh. But the first class didn't start until 22nd of October. So before that, on the induction days, I went to both induction days. You might only go to one because it's just to sign forms, but I was like, nah, I'm going to both. David even said to me, I was like, it's got to be the same thing. The second day, I was like, I don't care, mate, I'm still coming.
Yeah, you know the environment.
And then the first day, I showed up half an hour late, and ever since that day, I showed up more early. Every single day, literally. Every weekend, it started with 2 classes a week. The only reason I showed up half an hour late was literally because my ma slept in, and also they had to change venue because the place that they put the ring in, they would have had to keep taking the ring, doing it up and doing it up and doing. So he just put it inside the Parkville Hub, the place where we were talking about.
Nice.
So we didn't know where it was at that point. and then we showed up half an hour late, and then literally the day after that, I was an hour early. You know what I mean? So it was just you know what I mean? So
you've never been late again?
I have never been late again. You know what I mean? I've probably been late since now, but for like the first 2 years, and I was never late, never missed a class. You know what I mean? So I bought a hole from his pocket. That's for sure.
Parkville Hub was where the kind of classes started.
Yes.
Well,
so
we started with two interviews start.
Yeah, exactly. So it was 2 classes a week. Saturday and Sunday. The times that I used to do was it 12 to 1? It was. So it was 12 to 1:30 on a Saturday and 12 to 1:30 on a Sunday. Those were the first ever times for me. And then that was October 22nd to, and then from then to March. In March, David opened a Wednesday class, which started at 6 o'clock, 6:30 to 8, I think, on a Wednesday, and then they just kept adding classes. But I never used to. I used to just keep going. Like literally, at one point, I was doing 6 classes a week consistently. Not when so it was. I've not been like that for a while because I'm actually starting to feel wrestling. Nothing that's happened, but I used to do like 6 weeks consistently, but now I'm like doing 4 weeks, 4 days in training, and then helping with the kids class, and then go to the gym. So it's a lot of stuff now.
Very, very full on, I imagine.
Yeah,
especially for your age as well.
I'm only 7. I'm literally only 17. Mate, I started when I was 14. The induction day was actually before my 14th birthday. I was 13.
Wow.
And the first, I was 13 in the induction day, and then I was turned 14 a week later on the 3rd October. You know what I mean? So it's
some 3 years it must have been then.
Oh, I know, mate. It's been a wild ride, mate, and it really has been. Nothing.
It's been some really memorable things that you've done then through it.
All right, so yeah, there's a few actually. So obviously, what my mum was saying, I've carried the Ram's Head in the Govan Fair, which, if you didn't know, is a huge thing. Like the story behind it was basically that somebody didn't like what was happening whatever was happening, so they cut off the king's sheep's head and was parading it when it's a weird backstory. It's creepy as anything, but it's basically it's all about farmers and poor people and all that. So, but that was a big thing. Then I won King of the Scheme, which is like you ever watch King of Ring?
What?
I won that. Nice. Won the Scottish version of that, and then I won my first ever championship, the Glasgow Wrestling title. I'm going to France. Yes, I'm going to France.
Nice.
That's going to be. I'm going to France in April. April 11th. I'm away to France to wrestle in a place called. Where is it again? It's not Paris. It's Douai or something. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's all I know is that my flight's to Port de Shell. Nothing. So wherever that is for there. Nothing.
French geography is null and void, but.
Oh, I know. I'm terrible, man. And then I'm also wrestling at Belgium in November, but that's not at the end of the year, which is still class. So
still in the cards. It's still happening.
Yeah. Oh, do you also know Grado? I might be wrestling his show at some point as well. You know what I mean? So that'll be good.
That's cool. That the April one.
Yeah, the April one. Yeah. So. There's a lot happening, mate. I'm getting. It's been good, mate. And I've got a show tomorrow, actually.
Nice. So, that's the wedding, isn't it?
Yes, it is a wedding. Yes, it is a wedding. And
almost won the raffle.
Can't wait.
Almost won the raffle. Didn't win the raffle. It was the phone numbers after us that got pulled, and we were like,
oh.
Would they give the tickets away anyway? Because
you obviously can't. Aye. That's fine, mate. It's what you call it. It would have been a pain for you. Where is it? Did you see your thing? Would have been a pain.
I'd be there. I'm in Glasgow at the time. I'm here.
Oh, yeah. All right, fair.
Yeah, so I knew on the bus. I just mean it's.
All right, fair.
I was there with a couple of my 20-year-old mates. It's a kids' show where they gave the tickets to some kids.
Nah, fair play.
It's not our place to win the raffle, but it's our place to contribute to the raffle because it's the most fun part of a wrestling show.
Mate, you can't be anywhere right now. But
Chasing Davey about to get raffle tickets. Listening to his patter.
That was hanging. That was meant. But plus the what do you call it as well? The show in general was just fantastic in my opinion. Like I couldn't have said anything better about it. I was just in agony the next day, so I just didn't move nothing. Because it was I got battered nothing. So
I did.
I actually got falling back. Like genuinely, there was no. My chest is all sore because I was getting chopped and all that. Nothing. So I'm feeling all right now. Nothing because I've obviously got that show tomorrow. So I'm feeling good. I'm a black eye store, but I actually got worse last night because somebody poked me in the eye. So like this is the side obviously of my black eye, and somebody was doing something to me, and they actually didn't mean to, but they got me right there, and see the feeling of like hitting a bruise. Imagine that 100 times worse. Like I actually wanted to cry because I was like he caught me there and just like pushed in. I was like, oh, it was so sore. Mate, it was so sore. Oh. But it's all right. I'm all right now, so I'll be fine for the morrow. And it's a wedding show, and we're doing a funny. It's got to be a few funny matches and that. So I'll definitely get them recorded and that because I'm excited now.
Fairfield Club. What's the Fairfield Club about? It's my lack of governance. I don't know what the Fairfield Club is.
So the Fairfield Club is the venue that Davey started his wrestling company in, right?
Nice.
So it's so like like WrestleMania, the Madison Square Garden is like the big venue for WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Fairfield Club is ours. We call it the Madison Square Govan because it's in Govan. So we call it so. Exactly. So it's called Madison Square Govan. We basically that's where we hold our biggest shows ever. Like, and to put it into perspective, what like some of the shows that we've done in there is we've done obviously the one with Carlito. So Carlito's been in the Fairfield Club.
Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago as well, wasn't it?
Carlito's been in the Fairfield Club. Santino Marella has been in the Fairfield Club. Hornswoggle's been in the Fairfield Club. Am I missing anybody? That's big. That is big names. There's other like huge indie names that you probably don't know. Like the Fresh. No, you definitely don't know the Freshness. No, you might actually. Do you know the Freshness?
Saw them the other day. Saw them at the Ring of Rumble.
Oh, is that? Oh, I found my factory. The Freshness. They've wrestled. They're big in the indie scene. One called Mandels. He's like American. Do you?
I know my stuff. Don't worry. I know my stuff.
One called Mandels. We've got Kid Lycos 1 and 2.
Very good. I saw Ivo Blanc was at the Fairfield Club.
Yes, exactly.
That match with Davey that was one of the best matches I watched last year.
100%, mate. It's fantastic. Like, and that it was amazing. Like,
cool. So that's the building.
Yeah, that's the building.
That's the building.
It's our biggest. I would say it was the biggest venue that we ever done until Easterhouse, where I wrestled Davey. It was me versus Davey in the main event, and there was 800 people there. Over 1,000. 800. Aye, but we sold over 1,000 tickets. So I think a few people must have hanged because it was a pretty. Not was that a late show? That was a heavy early show finish. I don't know. I think we must have. There was about 800 something people in there. It was a huge. That was the biggest show ever done. And that had that had the big name. Oh no, we're getting to Jiri in April.
Yeah, I saw that advertised on the Instagram. I was like, oh wow! And Paul London, he's doing
Paul London as well. He's got a hardcore wrestling for Glasgow. So we've got a lot. We've got a lot of big names.
And I mean, what's it like just standing in a locker room with these people? You
know, mate, I lost puppy when I'm in there with them, man. It was scary. Like, I don't obviously I'm still south. Like, I'm not gonna like stop. Like, I hate. It's not a bad thing when you do it, right? But see when you start fanboying like crap when you're meant to be a professional, like sharing the locker room with them, but you're up. annoying them and that. Like, I hate that. Like, leave them the fuck alone. I mean, it's not like say hi, like give them a handshake, say that did you enjoy your flight, blah 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 blah, and then just go away and do your own thing. Because that's what I do. I don't annoy them. I literally go up, say, all right, mate. Did you enjoy your flight? How was it? Blah blah blah. And then once we have a wee talk, I'm like, right, I'm leaving, and I won't annoy him again until the end of the night and ask him how his match was. Simple. But you just need to be my professional. Except with Grado. Grado's like actually one of my best pals, man. It's funny as it, and he actually nearly crashed out at me because I didn't say hi to him because mate, I couldn't get to him, and he was like, mate, why are you not saying hi to me? I'm like, I'm sorry, but Grado's like different to me. He's definitely one of my good pals, Grado.
I thoroughly enjoyed watching the name of the other documentary has slipped my head. It's Grado and the Next Big Scottish Star, is it? Is that?
Yes.
It's the one that's up for the awards.
Oh, the award,
Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed watching that.
Mate, that was a really good. That was
kind of the weekend where you were fighting,
yes,
tagging,
that
and
was the
then
biggest
winning the
weekend
belt.
in my life. Yeah, that was the biggest weekend in my life.
Beautiful.
But it's what you call it. It's nerve. It's like seeing that. Like seeing all the big names in the locker room. I mean, it is crazy. I mean, like I've shared locker rooms with people, obviously like the Kid Lykosses. I wrestled Kid Lykos. That's a big match as well. I wrestled Kid Lykos won. I wrestled a bunch of other big names. You know what I mean? But it's crazy. I teamed with Hornswoggle. It's like the amount of stuff that I've done for only being doing this 2 years. You know what I mean? No, I've been doing I've been training 3.5. It was 3.5 year on 3 year on October 22nd. Yeah, so it was 3
3
year.
and a quarter odd,
Aye, so but I've been doing shows since August 11th of 2024. 3, something like that. Door 4 would be 2024. But so I've been only doing this for a wee bit, not and the amount of stuff I've got. I mean, it's crazy.
How did the conversations come up? With that, I assume David, like, so you're going to be teaming with Hornswoggle. How does that conversation start?
Oh, that was right. So funny story about that. I wasn't even meant to wrestle teaming with Hornswoggle, right? I had another match for that night. It was me versus a guy called Thatcher, right? Right, and that match was being announced. It was confirmed. It was all put in graphics and this and that. So on the day, we had a gala day. So it's basically like a gala day is like for us. It's like we put the ring in the middle of like a fun fair. So like the bad fun fairs, and we just wrestle and people can watch that. So we done a gala day that day, and when we done it, we finished the gala day, and I had to obviously. Because I was on the Hamilton show, I was there I was meant to be there for a certain time, but I was late because I had to go. If the guys I was in a motor with somebody and I had to go to their house, so I got changed in their house. And then when I got there, I ran up to Davey. I was like, Davey, when am I on? And they went, you're on, or you're no wrestling Fracture anymore. I'm like, what do you mean? It was like, oh, you're team with Hornswoggle. So I was told right before that I was team with Hornswoggle. I was like, oh, all right. So what you can't just tell me that.
Click the fingers, process that, right? You're Hornswoggle now. Jesus.
It's I don't know. It was a crazy night. It was like I didn't expect it, and then it was brilliant. I mean, it was fantastic.
Hornswoggle like.
It was like I don't know. It was such a sound guy as well, man. It was so sound. It really was.
What was the last one? The Pierce Institute. That was the other place you mentioned.
Yes, that was a place where I done. They made my debut in there, in the students and the first ever student SmackDown on August 11th, 2024. So yeah, I know these dates off the top of my head, mate. I mean, it's great. Like, they literally never leave. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I've been concussed before, and I still remember my dates when I debuted. Not.
Oh, so that literally the best notes of all time. Just rubbish arrow, but that'll help him inform the kind of order of where we tell parts of your story, and there we go.
That's fine.
Is there anything else you've got to ask for me?
No, mate, I trust you 100%, mate. No, I've just met nothing. So, whatever you have today, whatever you, I'm there. I'll say what I'll answer what you need to ask. I want to make this as best as possible for you as well. You know what I mean?
Thank you very, very much. It's rare you get someone you're making a film with that is as understanding as that, you know.
No, exactly, mate. It's
it's yourself.
I hate having people who have such a big head, man. Like help people and like see. I don't know if you've ever dealt with it, where like people are heavy cocking, they don't really care about like nothing. They don't really care about the people recording. I care more about the people behind the scenes than I do the people watching. Even at that, I still do care about the people watching, but I'm like, right, these people are coming out there white do this, so I'm going to obviously do whatever I need to do to help them before I want nothing. So, but I actually hate cocky people, man. People need to stop being so sad.
There's a lot of cocky filmmakers as well. A lot of cocky people behind the camera that think they're the bollocks. I'm not the bollocks. I'm alright. We're all just trying to have fun at the end of the day when it comes to all learning with the cameras as students. So.
Yeah, so
we'll make the best to try and do good to you, and it's much appreciated for any time that you are giving us.
Mate, it's an honour. Thank you, mate. I love to do shit like this, nothing. So.
Right, well, you need at 1:30. I've got to get off and.
Oh, good luck with you, mate. Right.
This lovely meeting here. Fill them in the notes, and I for the partner of the hub. I've got the phone as well, so I'll give you my phone and I'll get a time slot sorted for that.
Right.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much,
absolutely
mate.
Good.
Thank you so much.
I'm very much looking forward to meeting you on Monday.
No, mate, I can't wait. Right. So thank you so much, mate. See you after.
Pleasure. Catch you and bye-bye to all of the cats.
Bye-bye. Right. Bye-bye. Bye.
Right, we'll go in.